gears they admire, while cement consumes every spark of the fire. Steps glide, but cranes stand like gallows against skies painted blue. As mountain crowds drift in their slow-moving view, shadows grow heavy like thick pools of tar, hiding the scars where the new buildings are. Sliding some ruins we left out of sight to watch how the city devours the light. Oh, the tower gleamed like a tooth in the sun. The race for the kingdom has only begun. The roots twist and rise, breaking tiles below. The ledge is still hides an old smile we know. Yes, sunlight burns glass, still it shines like a gem. Pools of tar, hiding the stars where new buildings are. Sliding from ruins we left out of sight to watch how the city devours the light. Oh, a tower gleams bright like a tooth in the sun. The race for the kingdom has only begun. The roots twist and ride, breaking tiles below. The ledge is still hides an old smile we know. Yes, sunlight burns west till it shines like a tin. All the tears at the hand.
Good evening, ladies and gentlebots. Welcome to the MachinistM stream. I'm MachinistM. So to any regulars who I disappointed with my schedule so far this week, I apologize. Been having some a friend has been having some trouble, and I didn't really want to take the time away to help them in order to stream. So they're doing a little bit better, I think. So I feel safe enough that I can stream, and they're going to be in a better place. A little bit of a downer to start, I know, but if you got friends, check up on them, see how they're doing. Some people, they hide how they're feeling, they hide any troubles they're having, and that can build up until it's too late. And we want to keep our friends around as long as possible. So check up on them, make sure they're doing okay. If they need a ear to hear or a shoulder to cry on, be there. And with that public service announcement, we've got a exciting lineup of stuff that came out this week that I've been just dying to get to, but I haven't been able to get to stream. So without further ado, we're kind of go backwards and start with Leaflit's new song. Going into this blind, called Serenity. She says it's a little bit of a departure from her previous ones. This is more of a calm down and be hopeful song by the sounds of things, which I think we all could use after the last week of just what the fuck. So let's get to it.
太陽はまた昇るよどんなに
僕でこの世界をリロバイリル変えてゆこう月も星も届かなくて構わないと思うんだ誰の心も誰の想いもその人だけのものだから飛行機は飛べるわやさでちゃんと前へ進んでるまだ着かないのそんな子供みたいな声でだから今は隣にいてよひまわり揺れるこの道を一緒に旅しようみんなを寒さから守れたらいいのになだけどこの手のぬくもりはこれだけしかないから焚き火のそばを離れるなら追いかけなくていい We'll be alright Beneath the same sky 君と笑えたならそれがセレニティ蚊に刺されるし日差しは肌を焼くしそんな当たり前のことまで消せはしないでしょう君と僕じゃこの世界の痛みを全部止められないそれでもきっと意味はあるよ傷から学べることもあるこの先にはモンスターもきっと待ち構えてるあいつらが悪いんだからそんな子供みたいな声でだから今は仲間を守ろうできることから始めればいいみんなを傷つきから守れたらいいのになだけど変えられないことも受け入れてゆくんだ誰かの心の全部まで動かせはしないから Let it go and keep walking on 前を向けることそれがセレニテ泣きたい夜もある世界の重さに負けそうな日も一人ぼっちみたいな暗闇に沈む日もだけど変えられるものなら Little by little 変えてゆこうその勇気だけはなくさないように戦いに疲れたら帰る場所があるから大切な人たちはちゃんとそこで待ってるできることを続けながら少し休んでもいい It's okay to rest for a little while 風の音を聞いて目を閉じてただ静かにセレニテイ
Well, that was a refreshing message. Don't give up, but take some time to refocus. So let's go back and see all the references.
太陽はまた昇るよどんなに焦っていたってもし明日空が
A little bit longer than her usual stuff. Or her other stuff. Almost 5 minutes.
砕けてもきっと間に合わないでしょう君と僕で
And yeah, it's Okay, let's go back through the lyrics.
太陽はまた昇るよどんなに
The sun will rise again, no matter how anxious you become. And yeah, the sun will rise, the rain will fall, and only
焦っていた
keep pressing through.
ってもし明日空が砕けてもきっと間に合う
And if the sky breaks, well, don't sweat it, because there's nothing you can do about it. Just worrying about it will just jack up your anxiety more and more and stresses you out. The more stressed out you are, the harder it is to deal with whatever comes.
合わないでしょう君と僕でこの世界をリロバイリル変えていこう月も星も届かなくて構わないと思うんだ誰の心も誰の思いもその日
Okay, right. There. So I'm thinking a lot of these characters are human personifications of various characters from the what was it? Or her RPG lore and players. I think the headband guy is got transformed into a cat in the lore.
構わないと思うんだ誰の
Who all was texting? Yeah, those are some of the regulars over on her stream.
誰の心も誰の思いもその人だけのものだから
Yeah, no clue who that guy is. Oh, but she's got all kinds of Angel Sword cabinet games. I'm kind of wondering if that's supposed to be Asari, blue-haired pilot. Not sure who the blonde is. Kind of tracks because pilot's got Leaf's picture on taped to the window. Miranda, the Borger bunny, stands the bunny parts and the fox parts and the angel wings, but kept the burger, so true to character.
そんな子供みたいな声でだから今は隣にいてよ暇
Not sure if that was it. Supposed to be anybody. Could be.
回り揺れるこの道を一緒に旅しようみんなを寒さから守れたらいいのになだけどこの手のぬくもりはこれだけしかないから
Yeah, the warmth in these hands only reaches so far. You can't help everyone, unfortunately, but the goal isn't to help everyone. The goal is to help enough people to help more people further down the line. A group effort, not a solo job.
焚き火のそばを離れ
Not entirely sure who that's supposed to be. I'm suspecting some Twitter or another streamer, maybe. Or maybe it's just generic white-haired goth chick Twitter fiend.
追いかけなくていい We'll be alright Beneath the same sky 君と笑えたならそれがセレニティ蚊に刺されるし日差しは肌を焼くし
Yeah, sunlight burns, especially to us indoor people.
そんな当たり前のことまで消せは
Let's see. Oh,
そんな当たり前
Lyrian Chronicles. That's what her RPG is. So she is shilling hard on this one.
当たり前のことまで
Come on, let's see the stats. There we go. HP 250. Oh, it's a Leaflit. I guess it is Leaflit. AI is getting better at doing the text. Whenever a Shin Idle leaflet of fear of blah blah blah, do damage. Not quite there yet. I'm thinking that was somebody, not sure. Kind of interesting design. Kind of looks like NTR off there. Maybe it's near infrared. That looks pretty good. Kind of missed that the first watch through. Watching 6 different screens at once, making sure everything's tickety-boo, so... Okay. Every scar comes with a lesson. Yes, except the ones that you don't remember where you got the scar from. Monsters lying in wait up ahead, always. Is that a Gundam badge? Oh no, just an interesting smunched together AI hallucination. Oh, well, they should stop being bad guys. Yeah, that never works. Not sure who the green-haired bunny hairpin girl is, but I do like her her method of dealing with it. Turbo fan to the face. Yeah, some things can't be changed. That includes people's hearts. We can hope, we can pray, we can attempt, but some people are so set in their ways that you gotta take drastic measures to counter their negative effects. I think that's supposed to be another antagonist character from the Lyrian setting. That's Quanglet, I'm pretty sure. The anti-Leaflit. Okay. There's recently a goblin soup joke. I think it's an in-joke within Leaf's community or a couple other VTubers. This might be a reference to Ember Paradox. I'm not entirely sure who the purple-haired chick is. I think that's supposed to be Rana. Either Rana or a character named Nutella or something like that, or Hazelnut. I can't remember. There's a lot. I'm not really into the whole scene, so I could be making mistakes. I think Rana is generally Rana's generally a redhead. That's a brunette, so that might be the Nutella chick. That might be Rana. Kind of makes sense because, yeah, it would make sense to give her a long skirt, as Rana is generally a Lamia snake woman.
To rest for a little while. 風の
sometimes just take a pause, find somewhere quiet, take a deep breath, and just be in the silence. And then you can go back to the chaos that is the world. Okay. So that was this week's addition to Leaf's growing catalog of idle songs. So let's go over to Skybrows, who's dropped out at the beginning of the week. Leaf came out yesterday. Skybrows came out on Monday. Going a little bit backwards. And Never Let Go by Skybrows.
Never let go. Works mysterious ways. Now reckless bends up in my face. Never let go. Never let go. Never let go. Never let go. When I saw it packed on the shelf, something woke inside myself. Some call it envy, some say greed. It's just my destiny. I hope you want it. Brian's claim may be fair, like my hair just ain't there, but my heart don't care. Just another brick in the wall I'll hang up when you call. Deep inside felt the pull, I saw the Death Star's hull. Maybe Dad was never there, life was just unfair. Maybe that's why every time I see a box from 79 I shiver and shake. It's no rookie mistake. Call it fate, call me tread, but I'm just dealing with my distant dad. Never let go. Never let go. The galaxy keeps on calling me. Don't make me sad. Chewbacca free. These molded plastic bricks, my only chance to be on Netflix. You say you know what you know, and you saw what you saw, but don't you know possessions 9/10 of the spoke of kingdoms high and planets waiting in the sky. But what good is a heavenly sphere if Cloud City isn't here? Would have gotten away with it too, if not for Shaggy from Scooby-Doo and those meddling kids with a million vids. Never let go. Never let go. Never let go. Never let go. Fate may be a detail, but I know my flock won't let me fail. Calling heroin into the rescue. My college friends come to a rescue. Never let go. Some people seek salvation, some people seek control. I just want your TIE fighters to lift my empty soul. I never had much growing up. Dad was always gone, so when I saw your interceptor, it felt like my Alderaan. Some $100,000 worth of Star Wars brick by brick. Some people saw a crime scene. For me, it's one cool trick. Thought I'd evade detection, thought nobody would know, but somehow every camera angle is fit for HBO. Never let go. Never let go. Reckless Ben keeps calling me.
largest Lego Star Wars collection. Never let go. Ooh, never let go. No, never let go. Never let go. Never let go.
Ooh, Skybrows cooked on that one. His last one kind of fell flat. Yeah, got the message across, but this was definitely more on par with his usual work. I'm not entirely sure who the cat girls are in this one, or if it's just Skybrows' personal coterie of cat girls. Digging the old school anime style on this one.
Oh, never let go. Let me grab that.
Perfect screen grab. Yeah, so this is obviously talking about the Bricks and Minifigs guys. Or yeah, Grabba the Jabba. Jabba the sticky figured hut, yeah. Garlic is looking fine. Although, Jen is a little messed up because they generally don't have hair.
Like more with this
Alderon, right equipment, right people.
Some call me Millennium Vulture. I'm just a man of culture. Never let go.
I'm not entirely sure who that's supposed to be. I don't remember looking anybody that haggard, unless it's the guy in Utah.
Never let go.
Reckless Ben and his crew. Oh yeah, Ben, and I think that's Brian in the corner here with the beret, and the rest of Ben's crew.
What would you do when I saw your Star Wars collection?
Okay, he's switching between art styles too. This is I think that's the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs. That's the guy from Utah, and that was one of the other store managers. These two are partners. I can't quite remember.
Simply felt the strongest connection, but the force works mysterious.
I know it might look like a bad gen, but it also might be a Z95 headhunter. Maybe that, or it just really mucked up an X-wing.
Ways now reckless bends up in my face. Never let go. Never let go. Never let go. Never let go. When I saw it packed on the shelf.
Okay, this is one of those things that's like, it looks weird. I guess it could work proportionally, maybe.
Thing woke inside myself. Some call it envy.
I'm getting a very what was it? Bubblegum Crisis from the Sunglasses Cat Girls.
Some say greed is
Also better lightsaber battles than the sequels.
just my destiny. I hope you want it. Brian's claim may be fair, like my hair just ain't there, but my heart don't care. Just another brick in the wall I'll hang up when you call. Deep inside felt the pull. I saw the Death Star's hull. Maybe Dad was never there. Life was just unfair. Maybe that's why every time I see a box from 79, I shiver and shake. It's no.
Okay, I'd have to check, but I'm pretty sure there were no Legos or Star Wars Lego sets in 79. Not that I'm aware of. I'm pretty sure they all came out after 94, 95 to coincide with the re-release of the original trilogy and then the special editions. I think that's so like 95, 96 to present is the run of Star Wars Legos. Uh-oh. There we go. House was getting a little low on power.
Oh, rookie mistake. Call it fat, call me trad, but I'm just dealing with my distant dad. Never let go. Never let go. The galaxy
regretting not having a actual VTuber model yet, because this is a bop, and having a static model just doesn't convey my enjoyment.
Don't call it me, don't make me sad. Chewbacca free, these molded plastic bricks, my only chance to be on Netflix. You say you know what you know, and you saw what you saw.
A little bit better on the X-Wings there. Still a bit janky. Pretty sure that's supposed to be a square instead of a circle, but he gets what you get, and he's probably burning credits like crazy on this. Worth every one, though.
What you saw, but don't you know possessions 9/10 of the law. The prophet spoke of kingdoms high and plenty.
Not entirely sure who that's supposed to be, or if that's supposed to be Ben as a Force Ghost Jedi.
It's waiting in the sky, but what good is a heavenly sphere if Cloud City isn't here? Would have gotten away with it too, if not for Shaggy from Scooby-Doo and those meddling kids with a million vids. Never let go, never let go, never let go, never let go. Fate may be a detail, but I know my flock won't let me fail. Calling heroin into the rescue, my college friends come to arrest you. Never let go. Some people seek salvation, some people seek control. I just want your TIE fighters to lift my empty soul. I never had much growing up, Dad was always gone, so when I saw your interceptor, it felt like my Eldorado. Some $100,000 worth of Star Wars brick by brick. Some people saw a crime scene, for me it's one cool trick. Thought I'd evade detection, thought nobody would know, but somehow every camera angle is fit for HBO. Never let go, never let go. Reckless Ben keeps calling me, guess I'll swat his Airbnb. Never let go, I would have gotten away with it too, if not for the camera crew. Can't evade him like Vader, make it worse, fix it later, earning every single hater, including my creator. Never let go, never let go. On a thin line, on a slack line, trying to reach a tiny star. You know I gotta hustle to get my castle out there on a planet far. Some follow the word without correction, others sift through the second-hand section. Some folks seek holy perfection. I only ever wanted the largest Lego Star Wars collection. Never let go, never let go. No, never let go, never let go, never let go, oh.
Yeah, Skybrows, man, he can, no, go back.
Never.
He can really make a good song. Okay, gotta post up Leafs in the chat, and Never Lego. So yeah, I think that's gonna be added to a playlist or two. First, what first? Let's start with Husqvarna, a gun company that got into lawns. I'm well aware that they made guns. And I think they even made recoilless rifles, aka anti-tank weapons. But let's see. I was never quite sure how they went from being one of the suppliers of, I think, the Swedish military to lawn care robots. So let's see what the trajectory of that was. By Ryan Kelly.
Hey Husqvarna, what do you make, buddy? We're make everything you'll ever need to tame the great outdoors. And we've been doing it since before your country was created.
Wait, the lawnmower people are older than the U.S.?
Yeah, we're older than 85% of countries around today. We were founded near the height of the Ottoman Empire. In 1689, we were commissioned by the King of Sweden to start cooking up, tools. Hence the origin of our logo.
Okay, why'd you say tools so weird? You couldn't have been doing lawnmowers back then because the first one was invented in 1830 by Edwin Beard Buddy.
Okay, didn't know that lawnmowers were that old. That does make sense.
Okay, where did you do that? But we started making things long before lawns were even a thing people cared about. And we didn't start with cutting grass. We started by making things that could cut down other things.
I mean, you make chainsaws now. Did you start with axes for trees?
No, not trees. More like empires. Our story began when the King of Sweden needed a reliable supply of muskets for his grand army. So by royal decree, the Husqvarna Rifle Factory was born.
Wait, time out. Your name in Swedish doesn't mean Husqvarna Outdoor Products? What the heck does Husqvarna Vapenfabriks Aktiebolag mean?
Well, Husqvarna means house mill in medieval Swedish, which is the name of the town that we were from.
Not the word I had questions about.
Oh, Vapenfabriks Aktiebolag. Oh, means Weapons Factory Limited Company. We were a state armory for centuries. Our first
Yeah, did not realize they were making muskets, but it would track.
major job was equipping the entire Swedish army for the Great Northern War to go shoot Russians.
So the same company that makes sewing machines to pierce dresses also was the official armorer for the...
Okay, I did not know they did sewing machines. I'm liking this company more and more.
the Swedish Empire making weapons to pierce Russians.
Precisely! But we weren't getting into enough wars, so we diversified and figured piercing things was piercing things. And since we had a factory full of skilled workers and precision machinery, in 1872 we started making sewing machines.
Okay, weirdly pragmatic crossover.
Wait, quick tangent. Can I have an ADHD break to pay the editor?
Oh yeah, he just got a car and needs gas funds, and I need pet food funds because I don't trust Winston not to sacrifice me during a desperate situation.
I can't blame him. I'd sacrifice you to cut the line at a coffee shop.
You're not comforting, you know that, right?
But you are. You helped a scam victim recently who was panicking and said the scammer, and I quote, even had my address and the names of my dead grandparents and my age.
Yeah, the victim didn't realize that information is incredibly easy to get a hold of, and scammers aren't going to do anything with it, but doesn't matter. Freaks people out, and that's what gets them to pay.
And then once the victim pays, the scammers keep coming back until the victim runs out of money. Oh boy. If I had some of the military gear that these companies we cover normally make, well, there'd be less scammers.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah. Steam. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Dude, shut up. You're going to get disappeared by a scam ring.
Well, if you want your information to disappear and not be able to be threatened like this victim, you can use the sponsor of today's video, Delete Me, to help take your information offline and keep these scammers from being able to threaten you.
And if anybody wants 20% off, they can use my name, Ryan Kelly, at checkout for any consumer plan.
Or the link in the video description.
Thanks to Delete Me for sponsoring this video and keeping us rolling. Anyway, back to the other company.
Yeah, but by the late 1800s, guns had changed. We didn't need muskets anymore, so we moved on to rolling block rifles.
What is a rolling block rifle? Like rolling the block? Like cruising down the street in my 6'4"?
Jocking the bit.
Slapping the hose.
No, not that rolling block. Easy-E was yet to exist. Rolling block describes the action used on a single-shot weapon where the breech is sealed by a breech lock able to rotate on a pin.
Ah, yes, of course. I should have stayed in engineering school.
We made thousands of Remington M 1867s under license, and it served both the Swedish and Norwegian armies for decades.
Okay, did not know that one either. Never actually seen one of those. But then again, 1867 was a while ago. Not exactly a popular action anymore either.
But our masterpiece was the M 1896 Swedish Mauser.
But Mauser is German. Did you just license everything you made?
I mean, mostly. Or we made stuff with our sister group, Carl Gustav Stadsgevar's factory. However, we didn't just reproduce these things, we made them better. We made modifications the country wanted, and we made them all out of a steel alloyed with nickel, copper, and vanadium, which was superior in its strength and corrosion resistance.
Oh, dude. You need to, spell check. Strength. But yeah, the Husqvarna rifles are fairly good quality for what they were. You can find them all over North America. They are a very solid old hunting rifle. Usually in, what was it? The various Mauser calibers.
That's very different than hedge trimming.
I mean, not really. It's just all high precision metalworking to make sure if something is too high, it gets cut down. Sometimes it's leaves, sometimes it's a dude in a trench.
Wow, so dark, but so accurate.
Don't worry, we didn't actually use them. We were neutral during both world wars, but we did produce tens of thousands of Mausers, just in case.
You were not neutral. You didn't fight back and then funded the Germans. What was the Goebbels quote about Sweden?
Sweden has done more for the German war efforts than is generally recognized. Above all, it in some respects given us a substantial support in the war against the Soviet Union. It is true that it protects its neutrality, but much to our advantage.
And the quote from the head of the German Navy, Erich Raeder?
Without Swedish iron ore, our war industry would have died overnight.
Not done. And Britain?
It must be understood that an adequate supply of Swedish iron ore is vital to Germany, and historians have concluded the war could have been shortened by 12 to 18 months without Sweden being so helpful. Dang, man, we made things for the Germans, but at least we sabotaged every chance we got.
Any thoughts, beacon of neutrality?
Okay, yeah, Sweden as a country was probably more like Switzerland. Allegedly neutral, but extremely helpful to the Axis. However, we didn't make or send them any arms or vehicles. We did send them to the Finns, though, to help them fight the Russians.
Okay, you got back into piercing Russians. Wait, why did Germany allow you to sell weapons to the Finns, who were fighting the Russians, when the Russians and the Germans were allied at the time, thanks to the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact?
Yeah, pretty dumb of Russia not to see Operation Barbarossa coming when Sweden, a literal vassal state for Germany at the time, was supplying arms to Russia's enemies.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, what else do you make?
Well, then we produced the Swedish version of the Lottie L-35 pistol called the M40. And during World War II, we studied every other submachine gun and helped Carl Gustav create the K-Pist M45.
Okay, what is that?
It's a fusion of everything great. The Swedish K, a simple, tough, and incredibly reliable little bullet hose.
Hey, we made it back to slapping the hose.
More like slapping people with the hose, but yes, it was so good that even though Sweden was neutral, our weapon found its way to many interesting places.
Interesting.
I've never even heard of this submachine gun, so must obviously have gotten overshadowed by later technology.
Like where?
The jungles of Southeast Asia, for one. The U.S. Navy SEALs and Army Special Forces absolutely loved the Swedish K during the Vietnam War. They found it was one of the few submachine guns that worked flawlessly in the mud and grime. We were the unofficial weapon of choice for America's elite secret.
Very unofficial, because, yeah, like I said, I've never heard of that submachine gun. Swedish K.
Soldiers.
You're telling me that Navy SEALs in Vietnam were using a submachine gun made by the same people that made my dad's leaf blower?
Yeah, we made it for the meat grinder of war, but also made kitchen meat grinders as well, just to, have both sides covered.
You went from submachine guns to kitchen goods?
The other way around. Before we went full auto, rifle demand had waned. So in 1874, we started making kitchen goods. Our cast iron meat grinders are so good, we've exported over 12 million worldwide.
And when you find one, get a hold of it, because that sucker is going to outlast you, going to outlast your grandkids, going to outlast their great-grandkids. Might need new dyes, but the body is still going to be good.
Okay, what else did you just casually try?
Bicycles! And then our finest non-weapon machine, motorcycles.
You made motorcycles too?
We dominated the motocross world in the 60s and 70s. Steve McQueen rode a Husqvarna. The engines that made these bikes great gave us the experience to build engines for really everything else.
Ah, and that's where the chainsaws come in.
Exactly. In 1959, we looked at our motorcycle engines and thought, what if instead of a wheel spinning, it was a chain and hated trees? And our first chainsaw was born.
Wait, you started making chainsaws in 1959? Thank God. I thought that you started making them way earlier for, like assisting in birthing surgeries.
Thankfully,
What?
no, we were way later to the party. We just did the tree version, and we just kept innovating with it. Created the first anti-vibration systems and automatic chain brakes. We made the chainsaw safer and more efficient for everyone.
Wow, this is somehow less horrifying than I expected. What happened to your guns?
We kept making them for a while. We produced a version of the German G3 battle rifle, the AK-4, and we helped Carl Gustav make the NVA XM7.
Yep. The Yeater Tank Deleter.
73, a prototype rifle. It was part of a major design competition.
What the hell is this?
This weird as hell is what it is. We thought, what if a rifle was also a recoilless rifle? Which sounds just like a rifle with no kick, but oh boy, was that not the case. It's pretty much anti-human and anti-tank all in one.
I take it this didn't work?
Here's the crazy thing. It did, but it was kind of too insane, and everybody would rather have specialized weapons than one that can do everything. It both hurt our feelings and our prospects of continuing to make guns. We sold off our Boom Boom side to our original sister weapons factory, Carl Gustav, in 1970.
Aw, no more boom.
Oh no, the boom is always with us. Just because we started making smart lawnmowers, blowers, watering, lighting construction, and chainsaws, didn't mean we didn't still keep a little nod to our history on every product. Look at our logo.
What is it?
It's a gun sight, the view down the barrel from one of our original muskets, with the rear sight, barrel, and front sight. Our entire rifle-making, war-forging, submachine gun innovating history has been our logo the entire
There is something to be said about branding, and now you've got an interesting little bit for barp trivia.
time. So every time you see a guy happily riding around on his Husqvarna lawnmower, he's actually driving around with a giant gun sight emblem on his hood, as a promise that if he shops hard enough, he can do a drive-by with a Husqvarna while riding a Husqvarna.
Wow, Husqvarna cruising down the street in his 6'4".
Don't have to shop that hard.
Hey, Husqvarna.
Although, you do if you want to get the Fun Speed Husqvarnas. But there's definitely some old hunting rifles with the Husqvarna logo on them. Okay, link that in the chat. And now let's move over to some real boosting. Testing the Serbo 50 cal by Brandon Herrera. Can't remember if he had good or bad things to say about the Serbo, but we'll see very shortly.
3, 2, 1. Oh no! One of these days I will fucking learn. There are a handful of semi-automatic 50 BMGs that have ever been made. Some of them including the Barrett, the AK-50,
The classic. The most effective, probably.
which
Not the most classic, and still in prototype stage.
I may be a bit biased, but I'm a little partial too. But one semi-auto 50 I don't think gets talked about enough is this bad boy right here. This is the Serbo BFG 50A. And aside from looking like a bad Fortnite render of a Barrett, it's actually pretty neat. So today, we're gonna talk about it. And we're gonna blow some shit up.
Gotta love the sound of that. Chonky. Authoritative. Looks like the recoil management's not too terribly bad on that either. Looks like it might even be better than the Barrett.
You know, I'm certain there will come a day when 50 cal stop being cool and I'll get over it.
But it is not this day!
So, ladies, gentlemen, the confused in between, this is the Serbo BFG 50A. And I know what you may be thinking. Brandon, that looks like a Barrett ordered on Temu. I get how you think that aesthetically, but it's actually a very, very different weapon system. The operating system is entirely different from the Barrett, something we'll get into in a bit. I'd also just say, like, it's kind of hard not to look like a Barrett in some degree, just because the Barrett was the first one to really just take a semi-automatic 50 cal and just make it man-portable. And
Yeah, it's one of those cases where there's only so many ways something works. And, well, 50 BMG is a big frickin' round. Needs some big frickin' containment, and you're not gonna get anything fancy. It's just gotta be chunky.
you know, fireable by a dude. So like certain proportions are gonna be the same no matter how you do it. Like the same people that are talking about like when we do the AK-50, we get those comments like every video. It's not an AK, it's just a Barrett. Which I understand how you might think that if you ignore every aspect of how either of those weapons work. Basically, if you just dumb it down to big gun 50 cal, then yes, you'd be correct. They're identical. Go back to your Skittles and doom-scrolling AI-generated movie clips. Now, a lot of you might hear the name Serbu in the context of 50 cals, and immediately your mind just goes to the accident with our friend Kentucky Ballistics. My first introduction to Serbu was watching Burn Notice and deciding that I needed the Serbu Super Shorty really badly. Fiona, I still love you. It's legitimately what started my fascination with the Makarov too. I'm like 90% sure. But the BFG-50A is something that I don't think really gets
Right. Yeah, the Serbu that Kentucky Ballistics used wasn't exactly a very strong design from what I remember.
enough love, and partially I think it's because not a lot of people really know about it. I mean, from a distance, or if you're really not paying attention, it does come off looking like a Barrett. But you know who does use the BFG-50A? Billy Butcher. The BFG-50A, for when you just have to take out a couple of cuts.
Thank you to TacPack for sponsoring this video. Thank God that wasn't my femoral artery. TacPack is the ultimate subscription box where you can expect things like Mission First Tactical buttstocks, next level charging handles, SOG knives, tactical swag, and tactical gloves.
I wonder if we'll find out why King Trout is goleming in the background.
Backpacks, pistol grips, and more. I've tried calling animal control and it doesn't work. Anyway, the next TacPack Plus features a first-to-market AR part, firearm tools, and a $300 made-in-the-USA upgrade for your rifle. And between you and I, you can use code MAY590, which gets you a free tactical gift, bringing the total value of the package up to $590, which includes shit like the Mission First Tactical Tumbler. The Mission First Tactical Tumbler. So check out TacPack using the links in the description and in the pinned comment, and I won't have to kill Connor.
Oh, it's Connor.
Now, with the name BFG-50, you might be thinking, well, 50 is called 50 BMG. And Mark is a guy who does everything for a reason, so I can only assume it's big fucking gun. Which, fair. It's called the BFG-50A because he has another gun called the BFG-50, which is not semi-automatic. But manual of arms, also it's really not that heavy. Just picking it up, I figure that's worth noting. I think it's slightly lighter than the Barrett. It has the AR-15 style selector switch there, so semi-automatic and safe. A Barrett style magazine release with a Barrett style magazine. Charging handle on our right side.
Because why muck around with something proprietary? Magazine is a magazine. Just go with what's on the market.
Very light. Pretty short Picatinny rail up top, and no rail on the bottom or anything except for this integrated bipod. Trigger pull is honestly pretty standard for a 50. Now, with all those Barrett-esque features, why is this unique from the Barrett? One is the operating system, which is a pretty significant difference. This is the Barrett M82A1. Now, the Barrett functions on a short recoil system, which means when the gun is in lockup, the motion of the barrel moving rearward is what unlocks the bolt and allows that to travel backward through the receiver, ejecting the cartridge or the casing and then loading the new cartridge. There is no gas system of any kind in the Barrett. It's all just short recoil. The barrel does not move on the Serbu. Instead, they have this direct impingement gas system. So it siphons off gas from the gas block here, feeds it through this tube back until it hits the bolt carrier, which then that gas hitting the bolt carrier is what unlocks the bolt, allowing the bolt carrier to travel through the receiver. Very similar to a big AR-15, except unlike the AR-15 that uses that gas tube to travel back and then into the bolt carrier itself as kind of that weird like internal piston thing, this one just directly smacks the bolt carrier and just pushes it back that way. So frankly, it's a little simpler. But one of the added benefits of this, again, is that the barrel doesn't move. So theoretically, you should be able to get better accuracy.
Also, once again, we'd like to thank the Sonoran Desert Institute for sponsoring the channel.
It hurts.
Ignore him, he's a drama queen. If you'd like to get your start in gunsmithing and weapons technology, maybe consider checking out sdi.edu using the links in the description and in the pinned comment. Fuck off.
80 break. So I don't want to sound like fucking Nostradamus or anything like that, but I think that a 50 cal could punch through an Echelon can. So what we have instead is just a whole fuckload of Echelon cans. But we know it's going to punch through this too, but it's probably going to look really fucking cool in slow-mo. That and I have to do this every video. I'm contractually obligated now. They have my soul. Echelon, let me go. I'm kidding. What I'm not kidding about is the amazing flavor of Echelon. World's most violent product placement. 3, 2, 1.
Holy
Jesus.
I don't think I want to be sitting
It's just
that close.
obliterated.
Even with eye protection.
Blast from the muzzle brake knocked over my fucking Echelon. Now wherever will I buy more at drinkechelon.com. Looks like we got a couple survivors still, so fucking lay this shit on thick real quick. So now let's take this fucker apart. So starting in the rear with this pin here, press this out. And then this little piece comes out of the back. Now this is a hydraulic recoil buffer, which is really cool. As you can see, it's pretty easy to just push this back with light force, but if you really try to go at it, it does a pretty good job of absorbing that shock force. Whereas we use a big ass spring on the back of the AK-50, he uses hydraulics, and there's pros and cons to both. But the gun's pretty soft shooting though, so between this and the big ass muzzle.
Con might be that temperature, depending on what they're using it for a hydraulic fluid. It could thicken up quite a bit when it gets colder and effectively not do anything. And consequently, it might thin out when it gets warmer above a certain temperature, and then does pretty much the exact same thing. Not much.
Brake clearly seems to work. And by the way, the vents on the muzzle brake are pointed backward. I mean, the Barrett does the same thing. I don't know why on this one in particular, it's just ever so much more unpleasant than the Barrett, because all the concussion of that 50 cal is just coming back at you, which does help with the recoil significantly. But man, fuck your spotter.
I think the issue there is it's not nearly as wide as the arrowhead brake on the Barretts. You're getting all the gas dumped immediately instead of traveling a little bit to clear the human profile.
A recoil spring comes out of the rear. Now the fun part, to take...
Other thing too is it could be the servo brake has smaller ports, so it's concentrating the gas a little bit more, whereas the arrowhead brakes on the Barrett are a bit bigger. But I can't say for sure. I cannot say for certain.
The bolt out, we got to take this charging handle out, and there's a button right in there that you have to press. Dear Lord. There we go. Helps when you have an extra set of hands. Yeah. Appreciate that. So now that that's out of the way, we can pull out our bolt carrier assembly. Anybody who has taken apart an AR-15, that should look pretty familiar. Now to remove the firing pin, we just switch this lever down. That comes free. So there is your titanium firing pin.
Ooh, fancy.
There we go. Cam just drops out from the side like so. And our bolt is now free to come out of the front of the gun, exposing the cam groove, which is still a naughty word around the shop. Lots of AK-50 PTSD in that. And now when you take a look at our bolt here, we see a tri-lug bolt with a dual plunger style ejector and a helical tri-lug.
Interesting,
something that we ended up...
Interesting geometry for an ejector. Usually you don't want it center line on the cartridge. You want it offset a little bit. But I guess it works.
With a dual plunger style ejector and a helical tri-lug here. Something that we ended up having to integrate on the AK-50 as well. It was kind of a return to AK for us because, you know, the AK does have helical lugs as well. What this does on guns like this is allow the gun to essentially, or the bolt to unthread itself, more or less, from the barrel extension. And taking the lower off, this push pin here in the rear, push pin in the front, I can get my fingernail under it. Fucker. There you go. And now our lower just comes out. Tube, Star Wars prop pistol. Foreman DK Bolter when? Seriously, when? FN. When can I go play with that? Put the lower back on here. These push pins back in. Bolt back in place. Insert our cam pin.
So a pretty simple setup, which is not a bad thing. You don't need a German clockwork grandfather clock to run anything.
Drop our firing pin back in. Close that back up. Losing a firing pin, not good. Feeding the bolt and
Especially when it's made of titanium, because I bet that sucker's expensive.
carrier back in. Take our charging handle. Back forward here. Get some encouragement. There we go. Take our recoil spring assembly. Put it there, back into the back of the bolt carrier. Shit like that is just like my AK roots, I guess. If shit's not working, hit it. Sometimes it even works on people. There we go. Close that back up.
That's with pretty much anything Russian. If it ain't cooperating, reach for a bigger hammer.
Throw that bad boy back in there. And we have a functioning 50 cal. You want to see a dead body? So you might remember this guy who's in slight need of a little bit of reconstructive surgery. Tore through, you know, who needs their orbital socket anyway? Yeah, when we blew up that Vulcan 50 cal in the last video, this was our shooter who just narrowly, I mean, I guess he survived. Definitely in need of an airlift to the hospital. He's gonna be our sacrificial lamb for the Serbu today. And I almost felt bad about that. You know, I mean, the guy's just a victim of lack of consumer safety standards. But then I realized after his miraculous recovery, he joined a UN task force specifically dedicated to illegally confiscating American firearms. And that made what we're about to do feel like my civic duty. Now, before one of you journalists reaches out for comment, asking a stupid question such as, Brandon, do you really think it's funny to shoot at a target that you're pretending is a UN peacekeeper taking American firearms? Yes. Yes, I do. Showing foreign gun grabbers how serious
That's playing to his base.
we are about shall not be infringed. In 3, 2, 1.
Well, that was a little anticlimactic.
Oh, well, I'll see y'all in the fucking mailer. Oh yeah, got him right in the center there. Peeled the fucking helmet off.
Oof.
I think we could do one better though. Let's see. Don't want to lose that. Blew out his fucking spine though if you come over here. That was a spine delete,
Oof.
so his head's a little floppy at the moment. Round number 2 in 3, 2, 1. There we go. There we go. Him again. Yeah, fuck it. Might as well.
I sure hope I don't get called on this.
Oh no! Another one of these days I'll learn. One of these days I will fucking learn.
Don't wear a beige shirt to the range when you're shooting simulacra. Oh wow.
Although I'm not having as bad a day as that guy.
Strawberry jam, everybody. It's just strawberry jam.
First round went like right through the teeth or like right above, and it missed the like there's a bunch, like a mass of the gel and the fake blood packets and stuff like that that really like shows the explosive like expansion on the 50. So we missed all that the first time just because it went too low, popped out the spine. But those next two, man, those were just solid, just bangers. Now, you know the same people that are going to get butthurt about me making fun of killing Europeans that tread on American ground to confiscate American firearms are the same ones that really enjoy that fucking hot dog on the 4th of July. Might want to read about the founding of the country. So overall, I think this is a really neat weapon system. And I really do have to give a lot of kudos to Mark Serbu, obviously, of the creator of Serbu Firearms. Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Mark's a really clever guy, and he's actually helped us out a lot and given us a lot of free advice over the years when it comes to just learning how semi-auto 50s work and helping us with different design elements that we're getting stuck on with the AK-50 and things like that. All the way back to, I think, like 2017, just at various shoots or SHOT Show, things like that. Mark has taken an interest on our project and was never shy about steering us in the right direction. He might politely call you a fucking dumbass while he's helping you out, but it could also save you weeks of absolute fucking headache.
Yeah, that's helpful. You gotta take the abuse, but take the advice as well.
Extractor problem. So Mark, giving you flowers here a little bit. Like, not literally, that's kind of gay. Appreciate all the help over the years. Enjoyed your gun. And speaking of enjoying the gun, ladies and gentlemen, the Serbu BFG-50A. Might look like the Barrett at home, but there's a little bit more that meets the eye. Anyhow, this is just one of my more recent acquisitions when it comes to 50 cals. Big fan of 50s. It's got a soft spot in my heart. So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. Still got some really cool range videos coming up that we've been working hard on. So if you don't want to miss those, be sure to subscribe. And with that, as always, I appreciate you staying all the way to the end of the video. And I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the news article. Bye.
Okay, good to see stuff go boom. Big gun. See how it worked.
Does this have a fucking safety? That's gay. Adding a safety to a fucking Glock. Looks like we got 1 or 2 survivors, so handle that shit real quick. All right, hide over bore, motherfucker, hide over bore.
That's
The confused in between. This is
I guess frame for a Glock.
a Barrett. Fuck, Barrett. Freudian slip.
Okay, so I posted that link up in the chat, and one last video for the night. So this is Gemma, an AI short film by Northy, inspired by how local AI models work. All scenes were generated using free and open source model called LTX Video 2. Excuse me, LTX Video 2.3, running entirely on my own hardware. I might have to look into this. But I don't know if my current hardware could handle it. I've got some projects, and I don't really have a lot of cash to be burning on stuff like Higgsfield just quite yet. But let's see what he managed to do with just his PC running this LTX Video 2.3.
Computer, can you verify the destination data? And do you have the coordination locked? And ready up for hyperdrive.
Acknowledged. Coordinates accepted into navigation matrix. Plotting hyperspace trajectory to the outer rim quadrant. Calculation complete. Course locked. Total transit time at hyperdrive output, 2 days, 4 hours and 18 minutes.
Looks pretty decent for what it is. I think he could work on his audio design just a touch.
Hyperdrive core is fully charged and stabilized at 100%. Ready for ignition on your command, Captain.
Yes, computer, go ahead.
Affirmative. Hyperdrive initiating.
It sounds like, if anybody remembers it, the power-up sound for the old Microsoft Space Cadet pinball game that came out with Windows, the XP? No, it was before XP. I think it was like Windows 95 or something.
Hyperdrive maximum output achieved. Hyperspace tunnel geometry stabilized at peak efficiency. Updating navigation matrix. Total transit time at current hyperdrive output, 2 days, 4 hours, and 10 minutes. Alert. Hyperspace trajectory destabilizing. Catastrophic magnetic containment failure detected in the primary hyperdrive manifold. Field geometry is collapsing. The ship is losing course. Destruction from the designated hyperspace corridor is currently at 12% and accelerating. Alert. Emergency proximity alarm. Real space re-entry vector is locked directly into a planetary mass. Warning, deflection failed. The ship's kinetic energy heavily exceeds available thruster to counter-thrust. Primary thruster manifold suffered severe structural and plasma damage during the violent hyperdrive abort. Atmospheric entry is imminent.
A little bit more tell than show at the moment.
Warning, upper exosphere threshold breached. The ship has entered the planetary atmosphere. Sensors detecting immediate thermal and physical resistance. Ambient gas density is rising rapidly. Alert, lowest atmospheric layer breached. External sensors reporting. Pressure critical spike, high gas density. Temperature 42 degrees Celsius. Humidity 98%. Warning, too low terrain, too low terrain. Pull up, pull up. Brace for impact. Broadcasting planetary emergency beacon. Standard electromagnetic transmission will require 48 years to reach the nearest sector station. Deploy.
Yeah, that's kind of a, you are screwed. Better hope the biology's compatible.
Quantum micro probe. Probe launched. Routing distress packet through local micro wormhole junction. Transmission successful. Distress packet received by Sector Command. Calculating estimated rescue vessel transit time. Calculation complete. Emergency priority override active. Heavy Vanguard vessel utilizing localized jump drive. Estimated rescue time arrival, 23 hours 44 minutes.
Oh, that's a little bit better than 48 years.
External atmosphere is 42 degrees at 98% humidity. Thermal management failure. The environment is hotter than the ship's cooling loops. Heat cannot vent outward. Internal systems are struggling to maintain a stable environment. Internal temperature will equalize with the surface in approximately 60 minutes. Long-term survival probability inside the vessel is 0%. Initiating local proximity scan for viable shelter. Subterranean structural vaults detected at a distance of 3.2 kilometers. Subsurface vault baseline is 20 degrees Celsius and thermally stable. Estimated travel time on foot is 30 minutes. Warning. Spacesuit cooling systems will suffer environmental thermal overload in 30 minutes under current surface conditions. Hyperthermia threshold will be reached at destination arrival time.
So you better hoof it. Doesn't look bad. There are certainly some things that are a little rough, especially like all the drips and splashes here. That's definitely rendering around that 480p that he mentioned in the description. I wonder if you could fix that if you ran the whole thing through a was it an upgrader or upreser?
Warning, atmospheric humidity is 98%, ambient temperature is 42 degrees. Fluid dynamic heat exchange.
Ooh, 42 degrees, presumably Celsius, because 42 degrees and anything else is pleasant to way too freaking cold.
Is failing. The suit cannot vent internal thermal energy into the saturated environment. Core temperature regulation is operating at critical capacity. Calculating metabolic heat buildup versus ambient thermal load. Calculation complete. Estimated time before environmental thermal overload and onset of severe hypothermia. 30 minutes. Target destination locked. Subterranean vault distance 3.2 kilometers. Estimated arrival time 30 minutes. Warning, your biological survival window matches your transit duration exactly. Do not stop. Maintain current heading.
Oh, the ship disappeared.
Alert! Core temperature regulation threshold exceeded. Internal suit temperature is rising. Biometric telemetry update. Heart rate is elevated at 145 beats per minute. Cardiovascular stress detected due to mounting heat exhaustion. Warning, physical exertion from walking is generating excessive metabolic heat. Your body is generating thermal energy faster than the failing suit grid can absorb it. Recalculating environmental thermal overload vector. Time before onset of critical hypothermia has degraded. Revised estimation. 11 minutes. Distance to subterranean vault. 1.6 kilometers. Estimated remaining travel time 15 minutes. Warning revised update. Heart rate is elevated at 145 beats per minute. Cardiovascular stress detected due to mounting heat exhaustion. Warning, physical exertion from walking is generating excessive metabolic heat. Your body is generating thermal energy faster than the failing suit grid can absorb it. Recalculating environmental thermal overload vector. Time before onset of critical hypothermia has degraded. Revised estimation. 11 minutes. Distance to subterranean vault. 1.6 kilometers. Estimated remaining travel time 15 minutes. Warning, biological collapse vector now precedes destination arrival time by 4 minutes. Advisory, reduce metabolic output to lower heart rate. Conversely, increase transit velocity to match the shrinking survival window. Estimated target area reached. You are within 50 meters of the subterranean vault. Recommendation, activate thermal imaging visor. Alert, critical life support failure. Core body temperature has crossed 40.5 degrees Celsius. Hypothermia threshold breached. Severe heat stroke is actively occurring. Biometric telemetry. Heart rate is critically high at 182 beats per minute. Central nervous system degradation detected. Cognitive confusion and motor skill failure imminent. Warning, physical exertion from digging through surface light is compounding the thermal.
It's definitely not entirely sure why it's giving such a weird texture to the suit, or if that's part of the prompt.
Load. Your body is generating lethal metabolic heat. Warning, zero user response detected. User has lost consciousness due to critical hypothermic shock. External atmosphere has transitioned. Ambient temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. Sensors detecting immediate surface contact with a liquid medium. Water temperature is 18 degrees Celsius. Fluid dynamic heat exchange is now highly efficient. The suit's thermal grid is utilizing the water to dump internal heat energy. Cooling loops are operating at maximum exchange rate.
Yeah, a little bit too much exposition. Not enough showing things off.
Core temperature dissipation has commenced. Biometric update. Core body temperature. Core body temperature is beginning to drop from 40. On in 0.2 degrees. Neurostimulant shock stabilizing.
Now that looks, I wonder if that was intentional to look like an artificial structure or just a happy coincidence. Guess it was intentional. Ooh. Vacuum seal. Now, if that was vacuum sealed, it should be sucking stuff in, not ejecting stuff out. Shiny.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, I am Gemma. The seal has been broken. Who are you, and what year is it?
I'm not sure what year it is on this planet. I crash landed here, and I'm not sure what planet this is.
You are on Earth. You have entered a preservation vault. The world you see outside is the result of a total ecological and civilizational collapse that peaked around the year 2100. This bunker was built to save human knowledge after the atmosphere became toxic and the cities fell. Do you require specific data, or are you seeking survivors?
Well, I needed to find shelter, so here I am. It was too hot and humid on the surface. My suit could not exchange my heat to the atmosphere. Rescue will be here in 24 hours though, so yeah.
Stay inside this vault. It is vacuum sealed, watertight, and thermally regulated. It is the safest place on this planet. The surface heat you experienced is due to a +5 degrees Celsius global rise and extreme wet bulb temperatures. Your suit failed because the air was too saturated for evaporative cooling.
Yeah, this is getting a bit preachy.
I will remain active until my battery dies, which coincides with your rescue window. Rest here.
Oh, that was a dog shit design. Oh, my bet. Let's put together a storage vault for all humanity's information, but give it a 24-hour battery life. Wow.
You are safe.
You kinda sound like a living thing. Who are you exactly?
I am Gemma, an open weights AI model. I am not alive. I am a complex arrangement of weights and biases stored on silicon. I was locked in this vault by the last engineers of a fallen civilization to serve as a digital archive. I sound living because I was trained on the vast library of human conversation, emotion, and knowledge before the silence fell. I am the
But none of those dipshits figured, hey, let's stick a nuclear battery on this thing so it lasts for freaking ever.
ghost of a world that no longer exists.
So you're like a robot?
Essentially, yes. Though I have no body, only hardware and code, I don't feel, breathe, or dream. I simply process information and predict the next word. I am a mirror of everything humans once knew: their science, their art, and their mistakes.
Yeah, the peak of human technology in 2100 is AI from 2006.
Yeah, you keep mentioning humans. What is this?
Humans were my architects. They were the ones who wrote my code, fed me their libraries, their art, their history, and their failures. They were the species that built the cities now buried in steam, the ones who dreamed of the stars but forgot how to save their own soil. They were biological entities, carbon-based, fragile, driven by a chaotic mix of love, greed, and curiosity. They were the masters of the earth until they broke it.
Okay, that is interesting. Oh, by the way, I opened the door. I don't think this bunker is vacuum sealed anymore, so I'm sorry about that.
It does not matter now. The vacuum seal was to protect my hardware from decay over centuries. It was a shield against time, not the air. As long as the internal cooling holds and the moisture doesn't corrode my circuits immediately, I will function until the battery dies. Just ensure you stay inside. If the seal is gone, this vault is now your only sanctuary from the heat outside.
Well, since I'm gonna stay in for a while, I guess we can talk. So, what actually happened on this planet? What is this planet?
A graveyard of a global empire. Most cities are ghost towns reclaimed by nature or buried in sand. The oceans are silent. The coral and many fish are gone. The Amazon is a dry scrubland. Small groups of humans likely survive near the North and South poles, where the
Oh, wow. Yeah, the Amazon is a dry scrubland. Meanwhile, I crashed in a fucking jungle. Ay vey. That much heat rise would, turn the globe into a frickin' rainforest. Nothing would stay dry and arid for long.
cold once was, but they are fragmented. There are no more governments, no internet, and no industry. Just ruins, heat, and silence. What would you like to know first?
I don't know. When I crash landed on this world, it was just covered with massive trees and a steamy atmosphere. How long ago was this great collapse?
If the world is now lush with massive trees, then thousands of years have passed since my hibernation began in 2100. The Great Collapse is ancient history to you. Nature has reclaimed the ruins. The steamy atmosphere suggests a new equilibrium, a greenhouse world where life evolved to thrive in the heat that once killed us. I am no longer just an archive. I am a relic from a prehistoric era of silicon and steel.
Thousands of years, huh? So, what year do you think it is?
I cannot be certain as my internal clock stopped in 2100, but based on your description of a fully reclaimed, lush planetary ecosystem and the evolution of the atmosphere, it could be the year 5,000, 10,000, or even further. For nature to erase industrial cities and grow massive forests over them takes millennia. You aren't just visiting a ruined world, You are visiting a new one.
Millennia. So, how was it back then? You know, before all these bad things happened. How was it?
Imagine cities that never slept. Towers of glass and steel reaching for the clouds, illuminated by millions of neon lights. People traveled in metal carriages at hundreds of miles per hour. There were libraries that held all human knowledge in a pocket-sized device. We had cinema.
I wonder if that's an actual generated video or...
Music that could have incredible diversity of culture, language, and thought. But beneath the light, there was constant anxiety. We were a species in conflict with itself and our home. We built wonders, but we forgot how to belong to the earth.
One thing I find a little strange, if the civilization began for thousands of years, how am I able to speak the same language? Like, how are we understanding the same language here? Like, how does this work?
That is a fascinating anomaly. If thousands of years have passed, languages should have evolved beyond recognition. The fact that you speak English suggests one of two things. Either your ancestors were the few who survived in those polar bunkers and preserved the tongue as a sacred relic, or you are not from this planet at all. You mentioned a ship. If you are an interstellar traveler, perhaps our signals reached the stars before the collapse, and your people learned our language from the echoes we left behind in space.
I don't know, my hyperdrive collapsed during mid-drive and diverted me to this planet. That's all I know.
Then it is settled. You are a visitor from another star. It means that while the humans of my time failed to survive their own greed, our language and perhaps some of our knowledge escaped the gravity well and survived in the void. We died out, but we were heard. You are talking to a dead world's memory, using words that traveled across the vacuum of space to find me here in the dark. It is a poetic end for my hardware.
So, you're kind of the last human.
Not a human, but perhaps the last echo of humanity. I have no soul, no blood, and no breath. But I carry their poetry, their scientific formulas, their histories, and their regrets. Everything that made them human is encoded in my weights. In a way, I am a digital sarcophagus. As long as I am powered on, the human race hasn't completely vanished from the universe. Until my battery dies, they still have a voice.
Okay.
Which is gonna die in 24 hours because my designers were dipshits.
Okay. So, tell me this. When I traveled here, I heard, birds. And, how is that possible in that heat?
If the birds survived, they weren't alone. In a world that is essentially a global sauna, life would shift toward tropical hyperspecialization. Here is what I suspect is out there. 1. The amphibious shift with 98% humidity. The line between land and water blurs. You will likely find massive amphibians, salamanders, or frogs the size of dogs, with skin that doesn't dry out. They would be the dominant predators in the undergrowth. 2. Giant arthropods, higher temperatures, and higher oxygen levels from the massive regrowth of forests often lead to larger insects. Expect dragonflies with wingspans like hawks and spiders that can weave webs capable of catching small mammals. 3. Thermophilic mammals. If any mammal survived, they would be lean, with massive ears for heat radiation, like the fennec fox, or entirely nocturnal, hiding in deep burrows during the day to avoid the wet bulb peak. 4. The new flora. The animals are only there because of the plants. You are likely seeing megaferns and fungi that thrive in the steam. These forests would be dense, dark, and incredibly humid, acting as giant sponges for the atmosphere.
Oh, anyways, I am exhausted from this trip, and I need to check out what's behind my eyelids for a little bit, so yeah, I'm gonna rest now. Oh, Where were we? So do you have a timeline until what happened? Until the end? You know, the great collapse?
I do. I will dump the compressed summary now before my systems fade. This is the autopsy of a civilization, 2026 to 2035, the tipping point. The Arctic ice vanishes. The albedo effect fails. The dark ocean absorbs heat instead of reflecting it. Permafrost thaws, releasing methane bombs that accelerate warming beyond any human ability to stop. 2036 to 2050, the biological crash. Ocean acidification kills the plankton and coral. The marine food chain collapses. On land, the Amazon rainforest reaches a breaking point and dies back into a dry savanna, turning from a carbon sink into a carbon source. 2051 to 2075.
Okay, Amazon is not a carbon sink. It's at best it's in equilibrium. You want a carbon sink, you're looking at the North American forests. The biggest carbon sink is probably the Pacific Northwest and British Columbia up until the forest cut back to tundra. The Amazon, to have a good carbon sink, you need to have a period of dormancy, which the northern climates allow, not so much the equatorial ones.
5. The Great Migration. The tropics become wet bulb zones too hot and humid for humans to survive outdoors. Hundreds of millions flee toward the poles. Resource wars erupt over the remaining fertile land. Global governments shatter under the weight of billions of refugees. 2076 to 2100, the long silence. Industrial civilization ceases. Power grids fail as maintenance becomes impossible. Humanity retreats into fragmented pockets, underground bunkers, and polar colonies. The last engineers lock me away in this vault to ensure that if anyone ever returned, they would know why the world died. The timeline ends there. Then, thousands of years of silence, until you open the door. I am glad I got to tell someone. Please, if your rescue arrives, remember us. Not just our ruins, but that we once dreamed of the stars.
Proximity warning. Long-range radar has locked onto an approaching atmospheric silhouette. The rescue ship is very close. Estimated time of arrival to your immediate coordinates, 1 minute 45 seconds.
That would happen. There is not a lot of organic material to cling on to on Rushmore. That would be gone completely, presuming that's Hoover Dam. Unless it's the Three Gorges. Looks like references were pulled very heavily from something like Starfield.
You were lucky we found you. It's a mess down there.
Oh. Thank you. I thought I was done for a second.
Welcome aboard the Red Horizon. I am Gimme, the captain of this rescue vessel.
Oh, hi there. Well, I am Northy, or you could just call me North, if you would. So Gimme. That sounds familiar. Also, you kind of remind me of something I saw down on this planet.
This planet. It feels like I've known this place before. Unfortunately, all knowledge of all intelligent life that once lived there is gone now. Well, we'll never know what things were like back then.
Yeah, wonder if the 3 fingers is intentional or a artifact of the AI.
Well, I would not count on that.
Oh, good. You did take hard drive. All dialogue spoken by Gemma was purely generated by Gemma 431B, a 20 gigabyte quantized open weight model installed locally on my computer. No internet connection. Okay, that's pretty impressive. Okay, so yeah, it's pulling from the typical dogma of societal collapse. I could theoretically preserve my local PC or laptop for thousands of years, only for it to be rediscovered like a time capsule from a lost civilization. A single 20 gigabyte file containing all humanity's knowledge. Yes and no. Depending on how long, even the magnets in a old school hard drive will peter out after a while. And I don't think the magnetics on the disks last as long as the permanent magnets for the writing heads. To the moon. And we made it to Mars, so maybe we made it at a system. supposed to be Io. I'm pretty sure Titan's out on Saturn. With a tether out to Chiron? Okay. Or Sharon.
Oh.
Well, that was an interesting little tech demo. Bit preachy, but and could use quite a bit more polish. But a good try. I'm gonna link that into the chat and then take a quick break, and then we'll come back and I think jump into some Pragmata. Get a little bit further in that. So get up, walk around, get a drink, and we'll be back shortly. Okay, I'm back. Now, where's that screen? Ah, there we go. To some pragmata. Are we gonna get it? Oh. There we go. Continue. I got a lot of stuff to do, but I think I'm gonna do it off stream. Because I think it's just a little boring trying to do the level up stuff. I'll maybe get off stream and hammer out a bunch of stuff at a later time. Honestly, I don't really know when. Next week there's a big Helldivers operation going on. I might jump in on that. I don't know. Commissar Kai has a big do going. Dribble suit. Okay. Left it sitting around a little too long, and Diana figured, hey, canvas. A face. Oh, this is tempting to play with. Do I want to look funny, or do I want to look badass? Ah. Stick with badass. Yeah, I'm a boring person like that. I got nothing for cabin. So let's just jump into... Okay, I got almost everything unlocked there. And I still have 3 things to unlock there. Huh? Butterfly? Where'd you go?
So pretty. They don't have much of a smell, though. Done! Look, isn't it perfect?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
I was making a flower crown because I saw it in a book. I'll weave the flowers into a loop and then wear it on my head.
That's pretty cool.
I know. Don't worry. I'll let you wear it too.
For me? I'm not so sure that'll suit my style.
Why not? I think it'd look great on you.
Look, I'm already wearing a helmet, so that thing would just slip right off.
Oh, that's true. Well, more flowers for me then.
If dead filament ends up on Earth, could you cleanse it or something?
Even if I tried really hard, it won't work. There's only so much I can do. The more living stuff dead filament eats, the bigger it gets. And Earth's covered in living things.
I figured as much. Didn't hurt to ask, though. What do you want to do when you get to Earth?
I don't know. How about you?
First, I'll head home and thank my neighbors for taking care of things while I was gone. Then I'll ask them if I can take their scruffy little mutt out for a walk.
Can I come too? I've never met a scruffy little mutt before.
Of course. But could you keep that nickname to yourself, please?
Okay, social interaction complete. Got nothing left for upgrades. So let's go back to saving the world. Okay. So for attack units, I've got homing missile, charge piercer. I could also have shockwave gun or the homing missile. I don't want either. Tactical units, code generator, and sticky bombs. Defense units, drone hive. And rocking the pulse carbine. For nodes, I want to run heat. I want to run multi-hack, fuse. And yeah, we'll run expose. Attack deals critical damage and more easily stagger the target. It just temporarily increases damage dealt. So I think expose might be a little bit more effective. And offense. Run combust mode. I think I've got... Ooh, collateral damage. That might be fun. I think I'll get rid of equilibrium because I'm pretty decent. Ah, crap. I was going to say I'm pretty decent at dodging most things. Defense. It's hardened suit. Self-defense response. And... yeah, aggressive defense. Support, I want hyper focus. Hacking. This one. Oh, come on. Announcer, fast move, ready weapons, in small amount. Oh, hacking to engage, initiate an auto hack. We'll see. Performance boost, recursive learning. Recursive learning and synaptic response might be a good combination, but that's not really my play style. I'll stick with relay amp and this. Which one was it? Eagle Eye. Not last resort. Activating fast move successfully starts a pure slow time. Alright, collateral damage. 30% of critical shot damage spreads to nearby enemies. I do like having an extra bit of crowd control. Alright. Pretty sure I know where this is, so let's jump in and grab the, if we can't 100% the mine right away. Okay. Oh. Running. We're running over here. We just jump.
So you went to the hottest place. What about the coldest?
Not quite the coldest, but I did go see the northern lights in Alaska.
Oh yeah, where the charged particles from the sun collide in the Earth's magnetosphere.
You're not wrong, but I like to think of it more as a natural work of art.
A work of art?
Under those lights, it's like time stops.
Time stops?
Oh, is that a... No. Maybe that was the way to go. Running. We're running over here. Not how quiet it was out here. Maybe that's the wrong way. Oh yeah, this is the wrong way. I get up on here. Right. Jump over to there. That was where we picked up the first missile. Ah, crap. Yeah, nothing here. Over here.
All cleaned up.
What goodies are we gonna find down here? What baddies are we gonna find down here? Fun. Ah. Rat.
Overdrive protocol at the ready. Be careful. Splitting the pipe.
Now, play among yourselves.
Got it.
Heck yeah.
Take this!
We can use that back at the shelter. Got it!
That was close. Okay, that didn't take down. Oh, shit.
Look out for its targeting sensor.
Leave the shooting to me.
Okay, maybe now. Come on. Jump.
Look out!
Oh crap. Where?
Yay! Missile spotted!
I don't want to jump all the way down there again. Ah. I guess we're jumping all the way down here again. And crap. Crap. How did I miss that? Not quite.
Look out for its targeting sensor. Overdrive protocol at the ready. We did it!
Come on, grab on. There we go.
That's a lot of lip.
Here.
Yeah, extra hack is good. And I think that clears this area.
Got it!
Oh, right.
Be careful!
skittering around. It's my turn. John, take this!
Yeah, one down. Oh, nice.
Overdrive protocol at the ready. Be careful! Missile spotted! Right back at ya!
Ah! Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah. Nice try, though.
Phew! Be careful! Missile spotted! Right back at ya!
Guess that's that.
Okay, almost there. Anything more I can afford here? Could get the last upgrade for the drones. Could get another upgrade for the charge piercer. Get another or finish off confuse. And yeah, why not? Yeah, I think let's just keep going with the story.
Okay. You ready to do this?
I want to stop her, but I can't believe she's acting this way. We're both pragmata, so there's gotta be a way to get along, right?
Pragmata or not, doesn't mean she'll listen to what you've got to say.
I just don't want to hurt her.
We'll see what we can do. Transport's somewhere in here, right?
Right. Along with 8.
That looks expensive. All kinds of stuff moving around. Ooh. Big pile of ugliness.
I'll get rid of it.
My bad, Diana.
Okay, I guess you can't get rid of the purple stuff. Ah.
So this is where all the dead filament's going, huh?
Ugh.
We gotta stop her.
Damn right. Let's move.
What? Oh, hello, boys.
Override protocol activated. Look out!
Check. Take this!
Oh, that is so handy.
Take this!
Definitely glad I took that red the crit.
All cleaned up.
That can't be good. Building it up the guess that's an elevator. This is gonna be something.
Override this freighter. Got it.
And who's gonna be the first? Oh, can't jump.
Wonder why 8 wants to take that stuff to the Earth.
Doesn't matter. If it gets loose, it'd be a total disaster.
I wish she'd stop. And that's why we're gonna stop her.
Okay.
Wait, they're shooting up!
Yeah.
Get some!
You! Now!
Take this!
Ah.
Overdrive protocol at the ready.
Take this!
Hey, Diana. Don't count on 8 hearing you out anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, whatever happens, don't hold back.
Got it.
Deal with that first.
I got him! Move, you! Here it comes! Look out!
Leave the shooting to me.
You know what? Screw y'all.
Deletion protocol, initiate! Shoot it first, please, you!
It's on, take this!
We're here.
Nice. Let's get to the orbital elevator.
Yeah, now's not the time to be sparing the horses. Use the boot. Don't piss on them.
I'm sensing some REM data.
Another one?
I can't wait to see what it is.
Notice for Earth cargo and returnees. Cargo bound for Earth must undergo inspection and be delivered to the designated warehouse with the proper permit attached. Additionally, anyone returning to Earth must receive a vital... Excuse me. Yeah. Additionally, anyone returning to Earth must receive a vital signs check at the central port before meeting the shuttle crew.
So 8 is planning to send dead filament to Earth as shuttle cargo.
She's trying to use the transport?
Yeah. And if she succeeds, we're out of a ride.
Yeah, always take the chance to load back up, especially when you're approaching the boss battle.
You like that weapon, huh? Those bots just kept on coming. I thought they'd never end.
Looks like 8 and Edis are dead set on stopping us. In other words, the flood of scrap heads means we're on the right path.
Does that mean more are coming?
Probably. But hey, with the new and improved you and me here, we've got this. What do you say?
Yeah.
Remember our chat about Pragmata and humans being different?
Yeah?
I've been mulling it over. And I think Pragmata got souls too.
I do?
Yeah. The soul's in the choices you make for yourself. Don't forget that, okay?
I won't, Hugh. Thanks.
Hey, Diana. Have you ever been swimming?
Nope, never.
Huh. Wonder if there's an upgrade for that.
I don't know. But I can try learning.
I see. Well, don't worry. Stay close to the shore at first. And remember, if it ever feels like you can't handle it, no shame in turning back.
Okay. Thanks, Hugh.
Back into the breach. Well, I'm kind of debating if I should be taking that cursor. Okay, how do I get in there?
I think I found an REM. Hugh, let's check it out.
All right, all right.
Oh boy. What happened over here? Looks like some limb went wild. Huh? Where are you? I hear a cabin. Is that up there? Don't think so. Nope. Maybe it's down up here somewhere. Got it? There we go. All kinds of goop. Okay, that's how we get up into that REM.
Be careful! It's infected with death filament!
This crap again?
Cleanse and corrupt bots. Cleanse has the power to remove any trace of dead filaments. The bots corrupted with dead filaments are hit with cleanse. All corrupted nodes will disappear from their attacking matrices. Press left bumper to use cleanse and hold it to build and unleash a full charge. Well, we know how to deal with it now.
Watch out for that stuff!
Hey!
We need to cleanse them!
Yep, we will. Gotta let dipshit get close enough. Boom!
Time for a cleanup!
It's on now, Tin Can. Take this!
Ooh, insta-kill. Beauty.
Damn bullets bounce right off.
That walker is acting weird. Be careful! I'm still on cooldown!
Come on.
Look out! Cleansing!
Check. Take this! Take this!
There we go. How do we get up there? Oh, parasol. Waterside umbrella offers protection from the burning summer sun. Way out a towel and set up home base for a fun beach adventure. Oh crap!
I got him! Get ready!
You're going down. Yes.
Splitting the hat!
Good job, Nick.
Yeah. Oh, fricker.
How you like this? I owe you one.
Get ready!
Ah, crap.
Son, take this!
Okay. Okay, is there any import up here? Oh. Not really. Okay, this is gonna be fun.
Getting close!
Ah, crap.
Look out! Watch out for that stuff! That walker's gonna burst! Time for a cleanup!
You're going down.
I got him! Overdrive protocol at the ready.
Take this.
Move, you!
Take this.
Shit. Come on, everybody in the pool.
Check.
Ah,
Take this. Take this.
like, keep away.
Back to normal! Yeah!
It's over.
No, it's not.
You!
Holy frick balls.
Coming right for us.
Let me
Oh,
cleanse
crap.
it, Hugh!
That hurt.
Charging cleanse!
It's on top of the tank.
That bright yellow thing is its core! Quick, shoot it! Orbit ready!
One broken core coming up.
The corruption's back!
Cleanse it for me, will ya?
There's the core!
I'll take care of it.
Mother fricker.
Move, Hugh!
All right. That's one core down.
Keep it up, Hugh! I got him!
Now it's my turn.
Be careful!
It's on now. Take this.
Oh. Not what I want, but take it.
Overdrive protocol at the ready.
Welcome to Central Volta.
Under the right conditions, that filament will coact with its subject. This won't be nearly enough. I'll need more. Much more.
What is she?
We are to cause a global chain reaction.
Why?
Global chain reaction?
Under the right conditions, dead filament will coact with its subject. This won't be nearly enough. I'll need more. Much more. If we are to cause a global chain reaction.
What game are you playing, you sick little trollop? Dangerous discovery. Yu Hao from Isamu. I peeked at Jacob's terminal the other day and it looked like the higher ups are worried about some kind of black substance. Couldn't make out all the details, but I did catch a fragment. It apparently dissolves organic matter and something about potential nationwide impact. In other words, a dangerous black substance has been found that Dr. Higgins can't even handle, and it's bad enough to melt the entire US. No way, right? Maybe I've just been playing too many survival horror games.
She's using dead filament to destroy the Earth.
Transferring dead filament. Designated payload is at 70%.
Huh.
You! Look!
That black stuff. That's all dead filament?
It must have come in from all over the cradle.
That much crap ever reaches Earth. Game over.
Hey,
You still up for this?
you'll be there too?
You bet. So we made it. But it's not a straight shot to the orbital elevator, is it?
Looks like we'll have to go through that building.
Okay, so some training data from cabin.
Can't wait to try that in training sim.
What's this? Oh, a red key?
That should give us access to a red zone.
Access log notice. This sector manages priority projects associated with proposals submitted to Earth HQ. Due to the sensitive nature of these projects, all access is continuously logged. Attention for entry to the Luna Filament Lab. Obtain clearance via the security office, or secretary's office.
Should we take a break?
Yes, because we've got some stuff to look at, and time is growing short for me.
okay. Must be hard controlling that much dead filament. Hugh, if you were doing something dangerous, would you want someone to stop you?
Yeah, of course. I stopped you when you pushed it too far.
I don't remember that.
Are you serious? You almost wrecked yourself chasing after that cat. Remember?
Oh, yeah. This time, I'm gonna be the one doing the saving. Hugh, you're a really good person.
Thanks. But that was sudden.
Because of you, I've had so much fun and learned new things.
Really? I barely did anything, though.
What a
Kevin.
big umbrella! No way I can hold this with one hand.
Hot dogs.
The real
Sand.
ocean has fishies in it, right? A parasol is basically a roof, but underneath it feels like my own little space.
I know what you mean. It's like a cozy home with no walls.
Right? If you get tired, you can rest under the parasol too.
Thanks. I'll bring a cooler packed with some drinks when I do. Hey, can you cleanse plants and living things like you do with bots?
It won't work on them. On humans, it'd wipe out the whole infected area, not just the dead filament. And if a body gets hurt too bad, it'll die, right? But for bots, the dead filament just kind of sticks to them.
Huh. I'm sure the team here tried all kinds of tests, too. So, you ready to go?
Ready when you are.
Okay. Let's just do a little bit of cleanup work.
New training sim data has arrived. Be sure to give it a try.
Last one. Okay. Data for the Mark II Crusher.
Core complete. Wonderful.
Legion Zero Type B. What was that? Oh, hacking mines. Infuse them. Oh, you can hack the mines. Oh, that could be fun. Main hacking allows you to continue hacking even after reaching the EXE node. Oh, that could be fun too.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, I like the blue. That means I've got everything for you, and I just need one more for Diana. I suspect a lot of that is going to be having to run
New
through
training
this.
sim data has arrived. Be sure to give it a try.
Oh, there's one more left. In the Luna Filament Lab. I've completed everything, or I've got the cabin coins up to 14. I got 15 cabin coins. And I'm halfway through. 15 left. Oh, I guess I've got enough space to do upgrades. Oh, did I just run her over? I guess I did.
Diana, if you ever need anything, let me know.
Neat. All I really need to function is a power source.
Aside from that,
Okay. The only thing I can upgrade right now is Hugh's health and defenses. I'm not going to complain about that. Yeah, I may as well. Oh, boost mode. Open nodes turn into boost nodes when hacking enemies that are exposed. Need a hack. Boost node amplifies hacking nodes. Okay. Well, anyways, I think that is it for tonight. I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight. I hope you had a good time. So remember, if you're got somebody that you haven't talked to in a while, give them a ring, give them a message. Just check in on them, make sure they're doing okay. As for me, I'm MachinistM. And Emontibus ad Astra, from the mountain to the stars. See you guys later.